Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. In 2016 on this day, Bob Dylan was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature, and when this happens there are two things you have to do. One is to attend a dinner, a banquet, and make a speech, and the other is to give a lecture. Well, he didn't attend the banquet, but he sent someone along on his behalf, and basically the speech that he had written for them to read out was expressing some astonishment that what he did, what he thought was very ordinary. I mean, he was well liked, but he didn't see what he did as being anything to be called by such a grand name as literature. All he felt he was doing was writing songs, something he just loved doing. I think sometimes when we look at our lives, what we're doing is just getting on with it. Really, we can be creative sometimes, we can be plodding sometimes, we can feel that we've done well sometimes, other times we feel terrible failures, and we just move through our lives trying to be as creative with the opportunities that we're presented with as we can be, and it doesn't seem particularly extraordinary or significant. Um, but just as it took other people to recognise Dylan's songs as literature, something broader and grander than he saw, so I think sometimes other people will look at our lives and see more in them than we do. They will see acts of love, acts of caring. They will see things that we feel disappointed about, but they may feel much more positive about. Other people put it in a broader context and perhaps see what we're doing with our lives as much more significant, much more helpful to other people than perhaps we think they are. And so I just want to celebrate today the value of just getting on with doing what we do in our lives, whether we feel positive about it or not, just being persistent in moving ahead with the lives that we've been given to lead. The other thing you have to do when you receive the Nobel Prize is to give this lecture. And in his lecture, Bob Dylan, which he did do in person, Bob Dylan spoke about all the different things that had influenced him, the works of literature that had influenced him. And he ends by saying, quoting from Homer, "Sing in me, O Muse, and through me tell the story." And I think what he's saying there is that it's through who Dylan was, through the ordinary things that he did, through the songs that he wrote, through the way in which he expressed himself. That was the story of his life that he wanted told. And I think as we move through our lives doing the ordinary, perhaps sometimes humdrum things that we do day by day, nevertheless, that is us singing and celebrating who we are, so that we can say, "Sing in me, O Muse, and through me tell the story."